What's up, everybody? It's CMP with Craftmaster Productions and Studio1Tutorials.com, and today we're going to be going over we're going to be doing something new inside Studio One 3.5, something I was working on last night and I got inspired to create a tutorial on it. First, before we go into that, I want to do something I haven't done in a long time. You know, just recently I hit 10K subs, and I appreciate all you guys. I want to give a shout out to some of my brand new subscribers: Gutter Hits, Gino Mac, Aaron May, Jay Harmony, Toketronic, Dr. Wheels, Dow Jones, Illegal Alien TV, and Tori Chittick. I hope I said that right. Really appreciate you guys jumping on the channel. We did the Studio One 3.5 reveal. A lot of people feeling the video. Got kind of spicy in the comments. We got kind of spicy in the comments, and just for you new guys that are subscribing, just understand I am not above getting spicy in the comments. So yeah, man. So if you guys haven't been by the site, if you don't know, I have a website. It's called Studio1Tutorials.com, where I do every week. I drop type beat tutorials. I drop full mixing tutorials. There's a full music theory course. It is $15 a month. That's 50 cents a day. And I know I have a lot of stuff out on YouTube, but believe me, the shit that's on my site is groundbreaking. We go from beginning to end on everything. We upload the MIDI from the lessons file. There's free drum kits on the site. Constantly uploading that Dropbox links, direct access to me whenever you need it. And if you haven't got a chance to hear Savage 808s, it's a sub. Just go by the site. It's a really cheap 808 pack. You could go ahead and look up the demo on on BK Banger's channel, and you know, and just check it out. This is a really good sub pack. But you know, enough of that. So yeah, we had the Studio One 3.5. This is like the first original track I made in it. I was hyped up off the DAW, and I just wanted to go you know, make something different, you know, not just something regular. And I just been thinking a lot lately, you know, of just like the next thing I want to do, and just being more expressive with my own creativity. And I was thinking about, I go back to this a lot, about like the music that's hip hop. You know, you go from taking and sampling, and the guys who were making hip hop in the beginning, they were sampling, you know, their mom and their dad's records and stuff that they had heard, you know, at church, and how they were discovering music. And a lot of us, you know, we're from the generation where we don't have that experience. We have hip hop to go off of. So kind of taking that same mentality, I'm like, you know, what are my favorite beats, you know, just beats that I love. And I wanted to get into like dealing with different bass lines and stuff, and that's where the motivation for this came. And I remember the old Wu-Tang RZA bass lines, they reminded me a lot of, you know, modern day 808 music, because it's a lot of a sub that's just following the kick. And you know, I kind of wanted to do something inspired by that. So my favorite really like my favorite Wu-Tang beat for the longest time is Fourth Chamber. Is this.
My own phone sex, watch out.
Whoa.
Out for Haiti bitches, I heard they throw heads. Yo, Wu whole platoon is filled with raccoons. Corner sitting wine niggas.
So the thing about this beat, like if you if you ever went to a Wu concert and you know this song, like when this comes on, even though it was a single, you know, which is crazy, like what singles used to sound like versus what they sound like now. Like
tipping apple bone, this ain't a white cartoon, cause I be ducking crazy space. The kid,
like, you know, fucking Ghostface and RZA kicking Asiatic Knowledge was a single. So but yeah, like this beat, the drums are real simple, and I noticed that the way that the bass was working, they did something cool. So you got this guitar.
why is the sky blue? Why is water wet?
So the original track is at 90, right? And the way the drums are working is they're just it's hitting the boom boom clap, boom boom clap, boom boom clap. And the way that the bass is working is they're using the lows from the original sample to kind of provide the bass, right? And that's working during the main parts, and the original sample is the guitar, and then they've got just the sub bass hitting on each snare. So if you listen,
Whole platoon is filled with raccoons. Corner sitting wine niggas sipping apple boom. This ain't a white cartoon, cause I be ducking crazy space.
so I was like, man, that's dope. That's something that I never messed around with. So what I did at first was I took and kind of transcribed the kick and the snare, and got the groove. So I had this. Whoa. So I had these two guys. Let's see, kick and the snare first, right? All right, so that's just the easy pattern. Then I went ahead and added that bass drop on the snares. So that instantly gives it, that really hard vibe. Then I went and I kind of just reinterpolated that guitar piece. Oh, okay. You're gonna do that to me. All right, well, And for you guys that was having a problem with the Omnisphere not bouncing the first bar, look at 3.5. It's bouncing that first bar now. What? All right, so I added that little guitar piece. And then I went ahead and put this. I just kind of added my own little keyboard section to kind of get that vibe. Which, like, if you're familiar with Woo stuff like that, that's a super RZA-esque vibe, all right? So boom, like, kind of just did like a reinterpolation of the beat that was my style. So bam, like I had the essence. So I'm like, all right, bro, like, that's cool to have, to have this like semi-cheesy knockoff of this classic Wu-Tang song. I really can't do nothing with that. As far as trying to make moves with it, like, I'm not gonna feel good about it. So what I did was I used the mix down feature where you click on this and you go to where is it, event, and then mix down selection, and then I came up with I have this part right here, right? Sorry. Just time stretch it. So now I have this part. So now at this point, I'm looking at this section like not like it's a piece of a beat that's going 90 ppm. I'm looking like this is like a Illmind or like a Frank Dukes loop kit. You know what I mean? But I made it myself, so we're still, so we got no problems here. So what I'm doing is I'm treating it like that. Okay, boom. So now I got this cool loop, and that's what I like about that. That's what I like about that mix down feature. It's really easy to just go off and create your own loop. Let me see, man, what's really good with this CPU though, bro? Like, let's try something new here. What if we go to processing and I turn you to high? If I turn you to maximum, you gonna stop giving me problems? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, those spikes were getting annoying. All right, so what I did is like, all right, boom. So that's the idea. If I was using like a Kingsway library or a Illmind library or something like that, you know, I would take their 90 beats per minute joint, right, and I would go ahead and speed it up to a trap tempo. So let's go to let's just hit 140, right, and let's hear what this sounds like. All right, so that's a little too fast. So what I would do then is I would take this, have it, time stretch it, go ahead and press Control B and bounce it, so the computer doesn't have to calculate the time stretch. All right, good. I like that. All right. That's dope. And then I go ahead, you know, I went ahead and added these drums. Now the use the same idea with the simple, you know, with the simple kicks. So this is what I did for my kick. But instead of hitting that dun, you know that super simple rhythm, like that'll work at like a 90 BPM, but for something like in a trap tempo, I didn't like it, so I went ahead and moved that over here, dropped an 808 on top of it, put in a little dodgy snare. All right, added a percussion loop from another pack, so you kind of get that, you know, you still kind of get that live drum type of feel, something to grab back to the 90s. Put the trap hi-hat on top of it. And from there, let's go ahead and add this guy in, and that guy. And all of that, you know, it sounds, it's still got the vibe, and it's, you know, it's inspired from, you know, from one of my favorite songs, one of my favorite beats of all time, just by going in it, analyzing the track, kind of taking some of their techniques, seeing what they did, being like, oh, okay, boom, I see what you did there, now let me put my own twist on it, and now I got something original that I can't wait to finish and upload. So yeah, man, I appreciate all you guys. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Don't forget to stop by studio1tutorials.com. Keep it simple, don't be basic, and we'll see you on the next one.